What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode. Today, I will say, probably one of the biggest well, definitely for 2021, but even 2020, this is some exciting stuff. So, well, if you're not in the BEEFCAKE Club, let me just start out. You probably have no idea what's going on. Now, if you're in the BEEFCAKE Club, you guys are fully aware of what's going on, and actually, you're probably watching this video a little bit early. So, long story short, I'll try to keep it short. It's a long story, but I was trying to buy some land, okay? That was not this place, and I put an offer in October, and we went to go close, and some things fell through, and I'm still trying to get the land. It's still in the works, so potentially throughout the rest of 2021, you might see another property purchase video where we develop and stuff like that. But, you know, fast forward 6 months, I'm like, man, I don't know when this is gonna happen. Let's keep looking for some other properties, because basically that's what I like doing. I like buying land, developing it, and stuff like that. Now, just to go back a little bit, this isn't gonna change anything. You're still gonna see backyard vlog. I'm not moving here, I'm not building a house here. You're still gonna see backyard videos, the off-grid cabin videos, the farm videos. You're gonna see all those. This is just in addition to, okay? But what happened is this came up on the market, and I wasn't sure. It's because it's slightly I wouldn't say controversial, but just not sure if this is a good purchase or not. And so what I did was I did an emergency live stream, talked to the members of the BEEFCAKE Club, and if you guys want to join it, it will be linked down below, but talked with them and kind of came to the conclusion that this is a good idea, and that I went ahead and put an offer, and it got accepted. So basically where we're at is the new ranch, okay? But this is a 400-acre high fence ranch. Okay, now before you keyboard warriors get after it, okay? This place is, how's that going?
Why is it getting quiet right now?
Huh? You got it. This place was a former exotic high fence ranch.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you got it. Meaning there was exotic, there was elk, there were buffalo, bison, there was hogs, there was rams, there was elk, all sorts of crazy animals. And this was like, I think probably 10, 20 years ago. So here's the other thing. You know, some of you guys might be thinking, Flair, why would you buy a high fence? High fence hunting is stupid. Okay, just listen, okay? I did not buy this to pen up whitetail in a 400-acre pasture to just lace whitetail, okay? You guys gotta just please watch the video at least halfway through before you comment keyboard warriors get after it. Understand why I bought this, okay? So I talked to the local DNR and asked him about, okay, what are the rules and regulations with high fence whitetail? And he's like, you legally cannot keep whitetail in captivity where this ranch is located. So like when they had whitetail here, this was before they changed the laws. I don't know what year that was. It could have been 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago. So this is an abandoned high fence ranch that we don't even know what's inside. We don't know if there's still buffalo in there. We don't know if there's still elk in there. No one has any idea. So today's video, we are going to tour the entire property. It has a cabin, it's got a shop, it's got a pond, and like I said, it's 400 acres of just prime, pristine hunting ground. Now, here's where you keyboard warriors need to hit the keyboard and start tapping. We have two options, and I haven't quite made up my mind. So if I want to hunt whitetail, basically if I want to hunt native species, you know, whitetail and manage it for pheasants, turkey, whatever, the fence is gonna have to come down, okay? Which that you'll see the fence here in a bit. It is a large project to do that. I did talk to the local DNR, and they said they would help us tear the fence down. They want to see it restored to its natural habitat and not be a hive. Or option number 2 is keep the fence and raise exotics. Now, we might not raise, well, we can't raise whitetail, I know that, but we could do elk, we can do bison, no giraffe. Elk, bison, I think like some exotic rams you can do. I hadn't looked fully as far as what species in this state you can have. Those are the options. So keep the fence and raise exotics, and you guys will see videos about raising exotic animals. You gotta tranquilize them, you gotta test them, and you know, we can raise all these crazy animals, and it's like a 10-foot high fence. I mean, you can literally keep anything. Or option number 2, or whatever the alternate option is, to take down the fence and restore the 400 acres into just absolute dope natural hunting ground, whitetail, turkeys, pheasants, all that stuff. So let me know. Keep the fence, tear it down. You guys can hit the comment section down below, whatever you guys think. We haven't quite made our mind up, but that's the backstory why I bought this. So if I make the decision to want to just, you know, manage it for whitetail, put the food plots in, and actually hunt whitetail, then we're gonna have to tear the fence down, which I'm not against. I'm not against doing. Like I said, I didn't buy this ranch because it had a high fence. I bought it because it's 400 acres. It's a ton of land in a great location. And now we have options. We could either go exotic or we could go more natural. But with that being said, welcome to the new high fence ranch. Okay, folks, so like I said, 400 acres, high fence. Well, actually, part of it isn't high fence. I will take that back. The high fence starts over there. There is like, I think they said like 15 acres maybe, or much. 20 acres of non-high fence. I'm not sure why that's there, but look at the entrance, folks. It's giant. Look, they even had an elk. So this, look, cabin, hunting, RV hookup. So this place has been around for ever. And like I said, it used to be an exotic hunting area, ground, basically. We have no idea what's in it still. We have no idea if there's elk running around, bison, no clue. So we're gonna head inside. We're gonna show you guys around. Today we're planning on flying the drone a little bit. We're gonna try to kind of outline exactly what the property looks like. In this property, now, the reason why I bought it, obviously, I like buying properties and developing and stuff like that, but I like taking you guys along with me because you guys always have great ideas. So this is your time, and this isn't like the only time you have, but this is a perfect time, an opportunity to hit the comment section down below and type in what we should do to certain things. We're gonna show you cabins, we're gonna show you whatever. We do not have the keys to get inside the cabin or the shop yet. I will say that. You're gonna have to wait until we acquire the keys for that. But we have the keys to the gate. We're gonna roll inside and show you guys the new high fence ranch. You guys stay tuned. We are inside, ladies and gentlemen. This is the new abandoned high fence ranch. Here's the cabin. Starting off, like I said, we don't have the keys, so we can't get in, but we'll show you around. But so here's the fence. Look how tall this thing is. So it starts here. There's a shop right there. It starts here and it goes 400 acres. If you guys don't know how big that is, it's like, I think it's over a square mile. So a mile by a mile by a mile by a mile. So it's like, it's 4 miles. For you to drive around it 4 miles. Imagine that. Look at that. It's
got a pool.
Really?
Oh,
that was probably to give the elk water, maybe. I don't know. They've got gate. Look, I mean, look how like official this is, though. This, I mean, this had to have been like 200 grand to put this fence in. Every single one of these posts, like over here, steel posts in concrete with 10-foot woven wire with a cable that runs up, like around the whole thing. It's crazy. Like, high fences are not common around, okay? Like, not at all. This is the only, I think there's like 3 of them around here, like in the entire state. So what's that deal?
Dude, I have no clue. What's this do?
Try and pick this up just vertically.
Huh?
You will hurt yourself.
Here, try.
No, don't hurt. Don't do it. Just feel how heavy.
Feel heavy that is.
Oh my God!
Can't move it.
Why is that so damn heavy?
I don't know. There's like a pulley.
There's a pulley.
I don't know what that does.
Maybe it's to keep the
gate open or something. I don't know.
I don't know what that would be for.
Dude, this feels like a zoo to me.
Does it not, though?
I'm telling you, abandoned zoo.
FLAIR exotic.
Dude, we could imagine like looking over there and there's just zebras.
I was thinking a lion.
Like, you could have anything. Like, nothing would get up over this fence. You could literally have whatever you would want. Like, that's what's crazy. So again, to go back, the whitetail off the table. If we keep the fence, like the DNR told me, like as of right now, if we went in there today, or not today, I guess, next deer season, but like let's say we went in there today and today was deer season and we killed a deer, poaching, because technically they're captive. They're inside the fence. Even if they're able to jump in and out in certain areas and stuff like that, doesn't work. So if we're gonna actually hunt whitetail or anything native species related, fence is gonna have to come down, which would be a massive project in and of itself. Or you keep it into exotics. Now, I will say, I'm sure a lot of you guys told me to do exotics, and again, I'm about 50-50 right now. I haven't made up my mind. The exotics are extremely expensive. The laws and regulations are insane. Like, you have to test them constantly because the DNR are kind of worried about diseases forming and stuff like that. So it's like, it could be really expensive and time consuming. I mean, it would be another, well, Banjo would have to live here. That'd be your house. We'd have to have a full-time zookeeper.
That's a shitty house.
Really? Speaking of that, let's go take a look at this thing. We'll show you the outside of it. So what they say it slept. Well, look.
Oh, dookie.
That's poop. But that's on the outside. So that is the inside. This is the outside. So the cabin, and then look, as far as you can see, all that land is part of this, but it's not high fence. So like, you could hunt. I guess you could just hunt your whitetail here and have your zebras over there. You could do that.
Odds it work.
No, they've got it shut off.
Think so?
Yeah, they told me it was gonna be off.
Oh man.
Yeah, we can turn it on. It's up at the entrance. But so you've got all this. We'll drive around. There's RV hookups over there. Look at all this ground.
We got free mulch.
Oh, they got some nice mulch down. That's what I'm saying. You think you can break in?
Let the blinds
here's the cabin. I mean, it's pretty decent size. What they say, you could sleep like 6.
Yeah.
It's nothing like crazy nice, but it's enough for us to have all Banjo needs is a pillow to lay his head on. So look at that. Look, we got a swing, picnic table.
Sit, catch and cooks.
What's in there? Oh, I thought someone was gonna get out and get you.
There is some bees in there.
Really? This is neat.
That's scary.
Look, this, you know what this is? This is a shooting range.
This is for your s'mores.
Loud as hell in here.
Well, is that the meal running?
Nah.
Got a generator going on inside?
Huh? Meal's off.
Hello? Oh. Sounds like a fan. They've got like a fan or
These
something.
ones living in there
Something.
still?
Hello? No one's here. Maybe if there is, someone just ask if they want to be the farmhand. So here's the cabin. I mean, I'm serious. The gun range would be
Big
good.
campfire guy.
Oh, look at that. They got a bonfire area.
No, I like this like porch. Like it's
Yeah.
Look, they use old stumps.
Yeah, you could. This would work for a shooting range. I mean, you could clear some of these trees and get out pretty far, and that way you're not disturbing your high fence. You're kind of shooting away from it. But they've got a bonfire area. Looks like right here. Campfire. I mean, look at this. It's just. It feels so weird how much land it is. I mean, like my house. Okay, example, 80 acres. So you're talking 4 times the size. It's just as far as you can see. Well, you can't see much. There's too many trees. But you'll see. We'll get the drone up. We'll fly it around. So this is what's over there. Why is that? There a hole over there?
a salt lick.
Oh, they put a salt lick out here. Look at that. I guess that's they probably, yeah, there is a trail. So this is probably where maybe the previous owners did their whitetail hunting. Since they can't whitetail hunt inside, at least we don't think they can. That's what the DNR told me. But put the salt lick here, and then I don't see any. You see any blinds though? We think there's some blinds on the property. We'll find later. But yeah, I mean, I guess this. I mean, you could clear that and make a little food plot there for your whitetail, and then this could be your whitetail section, and then you could have your exotics over there. Your little best of both worlds, maybe. But anyways, we got the mineral lick here. We went to this property one time and just did one quick lap, and that's it. So like everything we see is the first time you guys are. Everything we see for the first time is what you guys are gonna see for the first time. So there's gonna be a lot of little squirrel moments because like, you know, there's gonna be random things. So I think let's drive over there. We've never been over there. Yeah, let's look at the burn pile, RV hookup, and maybe run the property down there and see how far we can get. I think there's a ravine, and then the pond's way back that way. So we're just gonna jump on the mule and start kind of cruising around and just show you a lay of the land. Again, I want this place to feel like it's yours as well, where you guys can give us feedback on what you would do, how you would develop it, species. Like I said, there's a pond. So we have no idea if there's any fish in the pond, how deep the pond is. We know nothing. So that being said, you guys enjoy. Alrighty folks, well, we are headed over to, oh, there looks like there's a little hydrant here. We're headed over to there's an RV section. So I guess, oh really, you got satellite TV. Yeah. Look at that. So we're pulling in so you can see where the cabin is there. I'm gonna try my best to paint a picture for you guys to kind of show you exactly where we're at. So this is where they used to have a little camp out area maybe? Yeah. What, are these rocks in front? Why are there rocks in front of me? You see all these rocks? Look at these. These are look at this, a bunch of boulders.
That's good structure for the pond.
I was gonna say, we should just dig it up and put it in the pond. What's good that doing here? I don't know. So this is kind of their, like over here it looks like, right? This is where they would pull in.
It looks like it would be right here, yeah.
They'd pull in right here, and looks like they got maybe power boxes there, and then power, what is that? That's a big nipple. Yeah. You got power in this thing? Oh God, yeah, RV hookup. Banjo, you can live out here.
That's fine.
You bring the old camper out here.
The B&B.
Bring the old B&B.
Is that like another hookup or?
I think that's just all the meters and stuff. Like it looks like the power box.
Gotcha.
So the property runs. That's kind of where the entrance was. Runs down, and then it runs this way. And like I said, it runs way up and around. So this is the camp out site. I don't know if we're gonna do anything with this spot necessarily. I mean, there's a cabin, so we don't really have a purpose to have the RV. But power is never a bad thing. To have a second spot for power, you can come plug boats in, charge stuff up, yada yada. So what do you think that was? An old building? I don't know. We'll save that. I don't want this video to be 97 minutes. We'll save some exploration stuff, like really deep dive. Today, I just want to give you guys a lay of the land, explain why I bought it, and then get your guys' feedback on what you would like to see us do with it. So we'll save that pile for a different video, just because, again, I don't want this to be too long. We got to get to the good stuff. We've got ponds to see and potentially some exotic animals that might still be roaming. They didn't disclose whether there were or were not still animals running around, so we'll have to find out ourselves. But let's go ahead and keep going. I've never been over there, so we're gonna run down, maybe run that creek, and then we'll hop into inside the high fence, run down to the pond, show you the shop, stuff like that. Well, this is the creek bottom. So cabin is right there. This is all low fence, no high fence here. So this could be used as just normal deer looking, I guess, hunting area, but the high fence starts on the other side of this creek. So, I mean, this got to be at least 10 acres, at least, maybe 20 of just pasture area hanging out. Is there water? Really? There's water in the creek. We didn't think that there was going to be a creek on this property. They told us that the pond was spring fed. Oh, there is water. Look at this. Okay. Is it roaring?
No, it's not moving much. You can see it's moving down a little down.
Oh, okay.
Flowing that way.
I wonder if that's all the snow melt though. I don't know if it, yeah, I mean, there's water.
Yeah.
It's something, it's better than nothing. So this creek runs through pretty much the entire property right down the middle, and then they dammed up section of it for the pond. But then the high fence is just right on this other side of this ridge. So again, you could probably deer hunt this, but you're deer hunting 15 to 20 acres versus 400. I feel like you're gonna, I mean, with 400, you could really develop like an insane property with multiple stand locations and stuff like that. But again, on the other side, you could have zebras running around. So we're not really sure. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Scat, big scat guy.
Yeah.
All right, well, we've explored the low-lying area with no high fence. Time to get inside the high fence and see what we find. All right, well, we just finished driving around the non-high fence. There's really not a whole lot. A lot of just random prairie grass. We think that's where we want to put a pew-pew range, just because it would kind of stay. It would keep basically out of the high fence area. Whether we leave it high fence or not, it would not scare the animals, whatever it's inside of it. So look at, dude, it's like a Jurassic Park gate. Look at this.
Oh yeah.
You're just like entering like God knows what. Look at this. This is crazy, dude. Now I'm like, I'm on the prowl. I gotta look for a freaking buffalo. What if we get rammed? Did you bring a gun? We got a gun?
No, we definitely didn't bring anything.
Rip. All right, this will have to work as bear mace. I just realized that. I feel like bison aren't probably that aggressive though, are they? You think we're gonna get mowed by a bison?
Have you ever played Call of the Wild?
Yeah, oh true, I get destroyed. All right, so we are now officially inside the high fence. We are going to show you guys this, which is the shop. And again, we don't have keys for it today. We should hopefully get it for the next video, I'm hoping. We just literally got the entrance keys today. Like I said, this used to be an exotic high fence, so this is where they cleaned the animals. I'll get out and kind of show you what we can see from the outside. But they process the animals inside. So they told me that there is a walk-in cooler inside of there, and like floor drains where they would butcher everything.
See this?
Yeah, what is
It's
that?
a swing.
Oh, really?
So you hang it in
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Oh, we definitely gotta hang that.
We gotta do that, yeah.
You break in? No. I mean, it's nice. We can park mules under this. We got this side, and I think the other side had a little canopy as well. And inside, yeah, both of these barn doors open. So it's nice concrete floor. I saw some pictures of it. But yeah, pretty much same thing on the other side. Like I said, we'll go inside of it hopefully in the next couple of days so we can get some actual keys. I was just like, hey, can I just get keys to enter this thing? I just want to go drive around. And they're like, yeah, sure. We'll get you guys the house keys later. So this is the shop. It is inside the high fence. Like I said, they would go shoot an animal, whether it be an elk or a bison, I guess, and bring it back and then process it. And they would like process all their own meat. And then that's where the clients, I guess, would sleep. So they'd sleep there. You wake up, you walk through the gate, and you go walk 400 acres for whatever you're trying to kill that day, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, I just can't make up my mind. I obviously, like most of you guys are probably saying, high fence, keep it, put zebras. The thing is, the rules and regulations where this spot is are really strict. I mean, you're talking about getting vets out here to tranquilize it. They were telling me, like, if you have elk, you have to corral them and herd them into like a big loading chute and like blood test each and every single one every year to make sure there's no, like, how do you corral elk? I don't know. And I know that would be great content for you guys, but man, sounds like a lot of work. Rather than tearing down the fence and opening it up to anything that's natural in nature. And we can still, I mean, you gotta think, we're in a square mile. You know, for a deer to walk from one end to the other is a mile across. We could have multiple food plots. I mean, this would be, right now it's a sanctuary, right? Nothing can get in or out. Whatever's in is in, whatever's out is out. But like, we could still keep it a sanctuary, but mainly for whitetail. What do you think?
I've never killed a deer and I want to kill a deer.
So that's what you want.
That's what I think this should be deer heaven.
I mean,
I don't know. Exotic would be cool, but it's a lot of work.
That's what I think. It's just too much work. I mean, if we turn this into a whitetail like
insane.
Knock on wood, but like we'd probably have one of the best whitetail properties in the state. Like, it's so much, it's perfect. It's hardwoods. There's tons of, there's CRP everywhere. Like, so as we drive through, you'll kind of see there's CRP, there's ponds, there's grass, there's ridges, there's creeks, there's hardwoods. I mean, they developed it to raise bison, buffalo, elk, which is the same terrain that whitetails like, especially on the elk side of things. So I mean, if it worked for that, it's got to work great for whitetail. So I'm trying to convince myself to tear down the fence and make it whitetail, but the idea of having exotics would be crazy too. I'm just not sure, but honestly, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys and see what you think about it. Like I said, hit the comments down below, and hit the like on this video as well. And I do have to say thanks to you guys, because without you guys, none of this would be possible. Buying this giant abandoned exotic ranch would not be possible without you guys. So I gotta say thank you for that, and I'm hoping that you guys can join us for this journey and really feel like this is yours, right? Like this property, I want this property to feel like it's your. I bought this for YouTube. It's not. I don't have a house here. Not that my wife is really critical of what we have. She lets me have camels and stuff. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no rules. There's no regulations. If we want to do whatever Banjo wants to do, there's no laws, because I don't have to live there. You know what I'm saying? This is a YouTuber's property. This is your guys' property. So with that being said, let's head down this trail and go find the pond. Oh, this might be a little bit more work than we accounted for here. This is the pond. This is the first time we've seen it. And, well, yeah, I don't even need a polarizer for you guys to tell that is the bottom. You could walk, I think you could walk across it. Uh-oh. This, yikes, boys. Yikes. I thought this was like a fishing pond. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, it's literally just a drinking pond for deer to come in and, or elk or bison or whatever's around. Dude, this is so shallow. Now, oh. There's a fish. You see it, but like, see, you can tell where it's deep right there. We're there, but man. Oh yeah, see? No, there's fish. Look at him. He's swimming. You can see him moving.
Maybe there's deep holes.
Dude, still. This is shallow. Well, I think those are your holes right there. There's one and there's two. And maybe over there. So the good news, okay, here's some good news for you guys. We could potentially build this dam up more. Like you could double it and this could be the pond. So like this could go. I mean, and it could go. I mean, this is all like low-lying ground where we could build this into probably a 3, 4, 5 acre pond. Right now it's probably like a 1.5-ish. Yeah, so that would be probably what we do is we're gonna have to drain it completely and then bring a long reach and dredge it. And then, or you could, yeah, just leave the dam and maybe if you could dredge it enough. The problem is there's no way you could get a skid loader or sorry, an excavator in there because it would just sink.
Yeah.
Yikes. I mean, a long reach, luckily the long reach could probably get around. You would maybe have an island in the middle that would be high, but like, I mean, you could dig out big pockets. Uh-oh. We might need to call our pond building buddy and see what he thinks. I thought it was like literally they advertised it as a fishing pond. Like I thought there was gonna be largies in here.
There was ice on it when we looked
at
it.
Yeah, when we first came, we drove past it, it was ice. And I was like, oh, it's probably okay. Oh no. Oh, I mean, I'm laughing because it's not an impossible fix. It's just a heck of a project. We're not gonna be able to fish it right away. We're not gonna be able to stock it right away. And maybe you guys will enjoy it, turning this into like an actual lake. I don't know. I'll have to call the DNR and see like how big of a pond we can even make.
I say we bring the tank out.
Really?
Let's explore it.
Yeah, you could probably drive the tank around most of this, honestly. And you can see there's footprints of you. I guess I didn't even try to identify. Those look kind of old though. None of them honestly look very fresh. There's something though. So then the creek, there's a creek that feeds it. Now we did just have a ton of snow melt. So like that might be why there's water. See, it's backed up. I don't think this was like this when we came. Oh, look, we got deer. There's deer right there. Yeah. So there's deer in here somehow. Kind of deer, okay, yeah, I guess I don't know if they had some exotic like Sika deers or something like that. So here's the creek. Oh, something just darted. What was that? Why is this creek deeper than the pond? Wait, low key though. Why?
Just the water movement.
So you can see the creek right here. This is what feeds it. Oh, is there a frog? Oh yeah, there's a little toad. He's chilling. I guess what we need to figure out is how much water, like, does that creek constantly get it? Or is it just like when only it rains? Man, we might be in for a little bit of a project now. I had no idea. I had no clue it was this shot. I mean, I thought like, oh, you know, if the deepest is 8 and then it's normally 3 or 4, we're talking it's 6 inches deep, folks. That ain't good for much. Now, duck hunting, maybe, and we are near a river in some ways, but I don't think it's really like a flyway river by chance. But this is the creek is literally deeper than the actual pond. So let us know what you think. Again, this is your guys. It's like, this is what I want you guys to tell us. What do you think we should do? Should we just try to build the dam up and pull our drainage and raise it, or do you just drain the entire thing, cut your losses, let it dry up over the summer, come out and dredge it a whole bunch and dig it all out and pile up all the dirt somewhere, and then build the dam up even bigger and then make this a big lake? Because I mean, imagine flipping this bush. That'd be a hell of a bush right there. And like, honestly, as far as like the deer hunting side goes, this doesn't really mean much, this area right here. Like, we've got probably 350 acres that away that we can still go. And you guys will see here. Shoo, take it off.
It's getting hot.
English stuff. Tarps off for the boys. Okay, so let's ride the dam. I'm gonna see if I can get the mule across there, because I think if you go that way, you can hit the other side and we'll start exploring a little bit more. But man, kind of a letdown, but also again, on the bright side, it's more content for you guys, another project for us. It's one more thing that we're gonna have to do out here that I didn't expect. I thought for sure this pond would be deep enough for us to fish. Not even close. So anyways, let's run across the top of this ridge here and keep exploring. So So the pond is back over there. Cabin's way that way. Look at this. So there's the edge of a fence right there. So that's the south side of the fence, and the creek runs right here. We cross the creek bed. So this is just random grass, I guess. It's not CRP. This is just random fluffy grass. So we could turn this into a food plot. It wouldn't really be that bad. There is a road right there and then the fence. So this is just, again, another spot. And then up here kind of goes, I wonder how far up that actually goes. We could run that way. What's in this thing? Is this an old watering tank? Who's drinking? What are they drinking? Wait, what? Wild cherry Pepsi?
Dude, look how old that is.
Oh, dude, that's vintage. I was gonna look for an expiration date. You see an expiration date on yours? This is like OG wild cherry Pepsi. That stuff slapped. I don't see anything that says, I don't think that's the expiration date. You got expiration dates or no?
No. Usually they're like on the bottom.
Yeah, they're on the bottom, right? This is weird. Yeah, that's what this was.
It was water.
It was water. Because you can see where they have the little pump there. See, so this is how like the elk or God knows what they had out here. So far, we haven't seen anything, by the way. We'll let you know if we see a bison. Seen a lot of deer poop. That's about it. Little A&W root beer.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead. We'll go kind of run down because we've never really been there. We're gonna run down, run up, and then run along that ridge. And I think that ridge will connect to like other pieces of the property. We're still learning it. Like I said, we're kind of walking through this with you guys, just so we don't know where everything is at this moment. But so far, so good. Made to the next spot, folks. You saw we wound our way through all this. So this is where, and I'm not a deer expert, obviously, but this is where I have a gut feeling the trophy bucks, if we were to turn this into just a normal whitetail area, would be. It's dense hardwoods, and they've got all sorts of little things to kind of munch on and stuff like that. And like that way, there's no, like literally, we'll show you the map right here. That is all extremely dense timber that has never been touched. Like no one's even been up there. There's no trails. So I mean, we could definitely, not today, we're not gonna explore it. Eventually we could explore with like a 4-wheeler or something. But I mean, even getting a mule around here is kind of tough. This place is abandoned. Their trails aren't really trails anymore. So like from here to that way, all the way to the end of the property is probably, if I was to guess, about 100 to 125 acres of just dense timber where you can't have anything go through, no 4-wheelers or anything like that. But you've got all this, and then on the other side of that, as you guys saw, is a bunch of pasture. So it's pretty cool spot. This is like an old, kind of looks like this is maybe an old washout, kind of where all the rainwater, it rips right through here. So you can see they've got the fence and stuff dangling. And then look at this path though. Definitely some animal crossing here. So there's another creek right here. Is it dry though? Dry. Yeah, it's pretty dry. So, I mean, does this not look like just giant buck territory, folks? Like, look, because like you could put tree stands anywhere in here. They've got the ravines. If this had a little bit of water, I think that might help a little bit. But I mean, you can see it. There's a deer path right there. All sorts of, I don't know. For some reason, my gut's telling me this is where big Jim's gonna be, big buck. But I don't know. We don't know if there's any big bucks even in here. But I'm kind of putting them in perspective. Okay, if we took down the fence and put some food plots and attracted deer, where would they hang out? And I could be wrong, but for some reason I think big deer like the hardwoods because you can't see, right? They've got, besides that, like you've got 360 protection. So this is the far south. This is like south central part of the property. And like I said, if you go anywhere that way, it looks just like that. There's no exploring. That'll be a long time before we go and venture out there. That's gonna take a lot of machinery to kind of clear out some paths over there. And maybe it's a good idea just to leave it. And that can be the deer sanctuary. And then when they come down from here, they can have food plots out there. And maybe that's kind of the whole design. Again, I'm looking for your guys' help here as far as how to design this for if we end up doing it for whitetail, or if we want to do exotic, that'll be a whole different story. But look, see, you can see they're using it. They go right here and they cross these little ravines and stuff like that. So there's something in here. So far we've seen deer prints. We can't confirm if it's a whitetail or not. But we do plan on putting out, not today, we didn't bring any, but planning on bringing some trail cameras at some point and putting them on some trails just to see what we see. Why is this muddy? See any prints here? Why is that mud? There's a print right there. Why? Yeah, I wonder why this is muddy, but nowhere else is. That's kind of odd. I don't see any like
so shady.
Yeah, maybe the sun just isn't
almost
hitting
looks
it.
like it was an old creek though.
Okay, that's deer right there. Yeah. That's a big deer. Yeah, it almost looks like there's water that flowed through here though. This screams deer to me. This screams whitetail right here. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and head back up around, and we're gonna head to the north side. So far the cabin is on the east side, then the pond is on closer to the southeast side of it, and now we're on the far south side. It's in the central area. Like I said, that goes west, and then now we're gonna head back up north, and there's a bunch more like open, way high up prairie top grass that you can see really far and get a better view and stuff like that. So you guys stay tuned. fine, boys. Well, we are headed to the north side right now. So this is crazy that somebody would be shooting like an elk from this thing. Look at that.
How many beefcakes did you fit in there?
So that's a 1.5 beefcake blinder right there, son. So they're hunting, what they're hunting is this, well, I mean, I guess there, but look at that. Dude, that's sick. This is, if you look back at, I can see why they'd hunt this, because that's like straight thickness right there. How's that going? This is just straight thick all the way. This is like still that section that goes for like 100 acres of that, literally 100 acres of that. Like we probably will never even explore half of that. And then this side, the creek is actually right there. So I could see that being a really good spot. They cross the creek. You can maybe turn that into a food plot or something, but somebody was just lacing elk from there 40 freaking years ago. No one knows. We haven't seen any sign of wildlife besides deer footprints and deer poop. We've seen no bison, we've seen no elk, we've seen no tigers and lions, we've seen nothing. But we're gonna head up and see if we can get up. I think this top ridge is kind of open, and we're gonna get some higher prairie grass so you guys can actually see a little bit more lay of the land. Well, folks, we're on top of the ridge now. You can actually see quite a bit, but they left a feeder here. Look at that. That's like an old protein feeder. So this is to kind of show you where we're at. We're up, now we're way up high. So for reference, the cabin's probably like that way and the pond's back there. That's the south end is over there, and then the north fence, it goes over this hill just a little ways over there. But now you're in big open. This is more of like the CRP style stuff. So I mean, there's a lot of fingers. Like this is wide open pasture. There's a huge pasture over there, and then there's a bunch of pasture that runs there. And if you can see the far tall trees, basically like the last tree you see, that's the fence line. So that runs all the way up to that corner, all the way. You can see kind of those white buildings all the way over there. Those white buildings are not on this property, but that's where the fence is. So it runs all the way down, basically in the background. It's, like I said, it's insane, a literal square mile. But this is a spot where, I mean, you could do deer stuff, but this could also be like, we kind of thought about making it our pheasant area if we came here. Imagine this, I mean, maybe plant some better grass. This grass kind of sucks, but plant just pheasants in here, and this could just be a huge prairie hilltop where we bring Lucy and we go for quail and pheasants and stuff like that, and then leave some of like the lower creek bed stuff for more of the deer, or maybe down, I think there's another creek that runs down there. So anyways, that's kind of the update on the top of this ridge. We're gonna run all the way down that way, and then we're gonna circle all the way back down there, and then kind of just make a big loop. We're trying to explore as much as we can. So this is all new to us as it's new to you. That was a lot of driving. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about. This place, it really puts in perspective how much land. We have no idea what to do with any of it. Like, it is just, it was a decent deal for how many acres it was. Again, it had an interesting opportunity with the high fence. Whether we use it or not, we're not really sure. But I mean, we're on top of this ridge. This thing goes for basically a mile that way. There's all this brush. They cleared all the brush out here. It used to look like this, where there was timber. They cleared it all out, and this, I don't believe, is actually enrolled into CRP, but essentially that's what it is. So I don't know. You guys are gonna have to help us. There's a lot of grass, as you guys saw during the time lapse. A lot of grass. Now the question is, do we, plant some better grass there so we can have pheasants and stuff like that, like some of that taller type deal? Do you make strips of food plots up on this top ridge? We don't know what to do with this. Like, we kind of know what to do with the pond and the cabin in that area, like, which is about, a fourth of it. For the other 3/4 of it, we have no idea what to do with it. Again, that's kind of what we got. It's a blank canvas that we could section this off into 4, 5, 6, 8 sections and be like, here's gonna be this, here's gonna be this for quail, pheasant, deer. Or if we just go for the exotic, you just almost leave it as is and just dump a bunch of animals. I mean, you wouldn't really need to do a whole lot of actual management with the property if you're gonna just turn it into an exotic, because that's what it was already here for. They've got plenty of cover, food, stuff like that. So anyway, we are gonna continue to drive back down and around, and we will see you guys at the cabin. that is the new abandoned 400-acre high fence ranch tour for you. That was a lot of driving. Yeah. I should have calculated the miles. I would guess we probably drove 8 to 10 miles. What do you think?
An hour and a half of driving.
That was an hour and a half?
No, like until I was 30 minutes.
Oh.
Before it was an hour.
Yeah, so an hour and a half at, okay, let's do some math, Banjo. An hour and a half at 8 miles an hour. It's 12 miles.
But that's if we were driving the whole time because we were stopped.
Oh, true. So we probably, what'd I say, 6 or 7?
I'd say about an hour.
8?
Yeah.
So obviously the property's 4 miles, but like we were weaving and whatever. We probably drove like 8 miles today. And it took us about an hour of driving. This place is massive. Honestly, it's a little overwhelming. I'm like, man, was this a smart move? Can we handle the amount of space here? Are we going to be able to justify having so much space here? Or do we bite off a little bit more than we could chew? We're not really sure. The pond, to be honest with you, a little bit of a letdown. It doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means we've got a lot of work cut out for us. But let us know what your thoughts are. Again, keep the fence, make it full of exotics. And again, I don't really plan on like hunting those exotics. It'd be more like management stuff. It wouldn't be like, oh, look at this sick kudu I just shot. Like that's not the idea. Okay, it would just be like a place to have them. Or tear the fence down, which that in and of itself would be a massive task, is tearing down that fence and then restoring it to whitetail habitat. I mean, obviously we think there's some whitetail there based off the prints and some of the poop and stuff like that, but we saw no sign of honestly anything. We saw no animals. Now it is one of those days where it's just like super warm and maybe they're just bedded down, for the afternoon since it's so warm outside. I don't know. We saw nothing though. So we are gonna have to come back to, not today, we'll have to come back again and bring cameras and bring some deer corn and then also try to bring some type of stuff for predators. Like, is there coyotes in here? Are there mountain lions in here? Are there bobcats in here? Raccoons, possums? We don't know what's living inside of that fence. We drove around every part of it and we saw nothing, but that's probably because everything's tucked into the ravines. So we will try to come back with some trail cameras and some bait. And then we're gonna come back with the keys for the cabin and hopefully do a cabin tour and show you the insides of the buildings and hopefully a couple other things. There was a couple spots that we kind of saw that, today was just, I want to get you guys a good lay of the land. After this will be a little bit more in depth. And then also comment down below what videos you want to see here. If you're like, oh, we really want to see more of this area. We really want to see you do something with this. We really want to see you do a survival challenge in the middle of this. I really want to see you go walk around with a thermal at night and try to shoot coyotes. Like, let us know what kind of videos you want to see at the ranch in the comment section down below. We really do appreciate the view. Remember, none of this would be possible without you guys. So I want to say huge thanks to you guys. And again, if you guys want to join the BEEFCAKE Club, it'll be linked down below. They are the reason why I got this. Live streams where we talked and kind of chatted and stuff like that. And we kind of went back and forth, pros and cons and stuff. And honestly, it seems like the beefcakes are about 50-50 of keeping the fence and leaving the fence. So I'm going to also leave it up to you guys. And if you guys want to join the club, it'll be linked down below. And if you guys don't know what it is, exclusive videos, live streams, gaming, and like this video, for example, since they helped me, I give it to them early. And they actually knew about this. If you're not a BEEFCAKE member, they knew about this like 2-3 weeks earlier than this video is getting posted. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching and peace. Shoo! Welcome back, folks. Going. Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh, right in the frick! Oh! Shut up! Shut up! Ducks. You think I can get him? I got him! I got him! I got him! Look at this!
Oh, Rip, I smoked the doe.
Dude, I'm absolutely sniping him. We're like, hey, let's go live. How you guys doing? And we are gonna try to do some hunting.